Number 1, Patrick Reed. Few golfers ignite arguments like Patrick Reed. He plays fast, hits fearless, and walks straight into criticism. In 2019, cameras caught him brushing sand away from behind his ball at the Hero World Challenge, earning a 2-stroke penalty and a permanent reputation as a rule bender. When confronted, he called it a camera illusion. That didn't fly with peers or fans. Then came the 2018 Ryder Cup, the turning point that sent Patrick Reed from hero to headline villain. After a brutal American loss, Reed didn't hold back. He openly attacked Captain Jim Furyk's pairings and took aim at Jordan Spieth, accusing the team of running on a buddy system. It was more than bad optics. It showed a man who refused to stay quiet, even when silence would have saved him. In addition to his on-course rules issues and Ryder Cup outbursts, Reed faced significant backlash from his college days. Accusations from teammates at the University of Georgia and Augusta State included cheating during qualifying rounds and stealing items like golf clubs and cash from locker rooms, leading to his dismissal from the Georgia team after just 1 year for alcohol-related violations. These stories painted him as untrustworthy and unethical from early in his career, fueling perceptions of him as a habitual rule bender who prioritizes winning over integrity. Number 2, Phil Mickelson. For years, Phil Mickelson was the easy smile of golf, a fan favorite who joked with crowds and stood as Tiger's complete opposite. Then LIV Golf blew it all up. In 2022, Mickelson admitted he used Saudi money to strong-arm the PGA Tour, calling the backers scary bastards in a quote that spread like wildfire. That one slip burned bridges fast. Sponsors bailed, fans turned cold, and his clean image cracked wide open. The 2023 release of Billy Walters' gambling book painted a darker picture. Over $1 billion wagered through the years. Even a failed attempt to bet on his own Ryder Cup team. By late 2025, Mickelson's OWGR had sunk to number 251. His obnoxious greed comment toward the PGA hit harder once his $200 million LIV deal went public. Even charisma can't outshine controversy when money and ego drive the swing. Beyond his LIV defection and gambling revelations, Mickelson has long been criticized by peers for a fake persona. Insiders, including family friends who worked with him, describe him as a dick who's not the nice guy he portrays on TV, with a history of being disliked between the ropes for his insincere demeanor. This perception of inauthenticity has made him seem two-faced, eroding trust among fellow players who see his public charm as a financial ploy rather than genuine. Number 3, Rory Sabatini. Long before social media amplified every golf meltdown, Rory Sabatini was already the sport's lightning rod. He didn't need Twitter to start a fight. He did it live in front of fans. In 2005, during a tense round, he lost patience with Ben Crane's slow play, shouting, "Hurry up!" before storming off to the next hole. Golf crowds gasped. Players just shook their heads. The outburst became legend, and not in a good way. 2 years later, Sabatini took another swing at controversy, claiming Tiger Woods was more beatable than ever. That didn't age well either. Tiger went on another winning streak while Sabatini slipped from the spotlight. Still, he never backed down from his opinions. For better or worse, he believed honesty was worth the fallout. Then came 2021. Sabatini switched nationalities from South Africa to Slovakia to qualify for the Olympics, a move that raised more eyebrows than cheers. Critics called it opportunistic, saying it was less about pride and more about finding a loophole. Yet he made it work, winning a silver medal and proving that even controversy couldn't stop him from competing at the highest level. Sabatini's career has always been a mix of confidence and conflict. He talks big, acts fast, and never filters his words. To fans who crave order, he's chaos. To those who admire defiance, he's fascinating. The original tour villain. Beyond his impatience with slow play and Tiger comments, Sabatini was nearly suspended by the PGA Tour in 2011 after a profanity-laced argument with Sean O'Haire during the Zurich Classic, where he berated his playing partner over etiquette issues. This incident highlighted his hot-tempered and confrontational nature, solidifying his reputation as the tour's biggest jerk among peers. Number 4, Ian Poulter. From the wild pants to the confident smirk, everything about Poulter screams self-belief. To some, that confidence is inspiring, to others it's pure arrogance. His 2012 Ryder Cup heroics at Medina, those wide-eyed celebrations, the fist pumps, the roars, turned him into a legend in Europe. But to American fans, the same fire looked like taunting. Poulter had never cared much about perception. Earlier in his career, he famously told a reporter it would soon be just me and Tiger battling for the top spot in golf. That quote aged badly, becoming the line most critics used to define him. But Poulter didn't retreat, he doubled down. He built his brand on being bold, brash, and unapologetic, whether fans liked it or not. When he joined LIV Golf in 2022, the fallout was immediate. Ryder Cup eligibility vanished, old fans turned their backs, and even some fellow players distanced themselves. Still, Poulter didn't flinch, posted photos, defended his choices, and kept the same trademark swagger online. He seems to enjoy the tension, like a villain who knows his role and plays it to perfection. The peacock, flashy, fearless, and fully aware that golf needs color. Number 5, Bubba Watson. Bubba Watson's game looked magical. High fades, trick shots, and possible saves. Fans loved his creativity until they saw what came with it. Tantrums, blame, and awkward interviews. Stories from former caddies and players painted him as moody and difficult. His 2014 Masters win was peak Bubba, but his image declined fast. Public scolding of cameramen and officials made him look entitled. When he joined LIV Golf in 2022, he called it a new freedom, but few believed it. Even his charm on social media felt scripted. Watson went from genius to irritant. His legacy is talent overshadowed by behavior, a player who could hit anything but control his reactions. In addition to his moodiness and scoldings, Watson's public berating of his caddy Ted Scott during the 2013 Travelers Championship, yelling about club selection after a water hazard shot, drew widespread criticism for his explosive temper and blame shifting. This on-camera outburst exemplified his entitlement, making him seem difficult and unsportsmanlike to fans and peers. Number 6, Bryson DeChambeau. Bryson didn't just play golf, he rewrote its equation. Every iron in his bag is the same length. His swing looks more like a physics experiment than an athletic move. He gained 40 pounds in a single year just to hit the ball farther, turning his body into a lab-tested weapon. He wasn't chasing style points, he wanted numbers, speed, and control. But with innovation came frustration. At the 2019 Northern Trust, Bryson spent over 2 minutes analyzing a single putt, adjusting angles, wind, slope, and even moisture levels. The crowd sighed, players rolled their eyes. That slow-motion calculation turned him from genius to target overnight. His ongoing tension with Brooks Koepka became golf soap opera. 2 stars with opposite personalities and no filter. When Bryson jumped to LIV Golf in 2022, after publicly swearing loyalty to the PGA, fans saw hypocrisy. He was branded a sellout, a data-obsessed defector chasing millions. Yet time did something unexpected. It humanized him. In addition to his equipment quirks and LIV hypocrisy, DeChambeau alienated fans and peers by publicly blaming his driver for poor performance at the 2021 Open Championship, saying it sucks after underperforming, which came off as ungrateful and petulant toward his equipment sponsor. This outburst reinforced his image as an arrogant know-it-all who deflects blame, further straining his relationship in the golf community. Number 7, Sergio Garcia. Sergio Garcia has always played like a man trying to outrun his own emotions. That fire made him brilliant but also explosive. In 2019, it boiled over completely. He was disqualified from the Saudi International after tearing up 5 greens in frustration. Cameras caught him slamming clubs, kicking bunkers, and muttering at referees more times than most players have lost their temper in a lifetime. His behavior didn't just cross lines, it trampled them. But Sergio's problems went far beyond temper. In 2013, he made a racist fried chicken joke about Tiger Woods that still follows him. Years later, he carried that same edge into his feud with the DP World Tour, calling its officials corrupt after joining LIV Golf in 2023. That one word, corrupt, erased decades of goodwill. Once the fiery young hero of the Ryder Cup, he became a symbol of defiance and self-destruction. When Garcia joined LIV, it almost felt like destiny. The rebel had found his rebellion. He went from the emotional spark of European golf to the player who seemed ready to torch bridges at every turn. Still, his skill keeps him relevant. For all the chaos he creates, fans can't look away. The hothead, driven by talent, undone by temper, and forever locked between brilliance and backlash. Number 8, Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka doesn't need your approval, and he's made that clear since day one. He once said regular PGA events are practice rounds, and he meant it. To him, only the majors matter. That mindset makes him both admired and disliked. Fans see focus, critics see arrogance. He's direct in interviews, sometimes too direct. He calls out slow players, yawns through press conferences, and rarely hides when he's bored. It's not an act. Brooks genuinely doesn't care for the spotlight unless a trophy's on the line. His calm confidence borders on defiance, a sharp contrast to golf's polite image. So when he left for LIV Golf in 2022, reportedly for $100 million, it wasn't a shock, it was confirmation. He never claimed to be a traditionalist. His loyalty's always been to winning, not institutions. Since then, his shots at the PGA Tour haven't slowed. Calling it soft was both insult and invitation, a dare to challenge him. Brooks Koepka stands as golf's anti-hero, cool, sharp, and unapologetically detached. While others chase approval, he thrives on pressure, too cool to care. The man isn't trying to fix his image because in his world, results are the only image that matters. Number 9, Greg Norman. Every major disruption needs an architect, and Norman built the blueprint for golf's biggest civil war. Since 2022, as LIV's CEO, he's orchestrated player signings, public feuds, and billion-dollar payouts. His interviews often downplay Saudi controversies with phrases like, "We all make mistakes." For critics, that line alone captures his disconnect. Norman's clashed with PGA leadership for decades, tracking back to his 1990s breakaway tour ambitions. Now he's finally living that vision, but at the cost of unity. The architect of division, charismatic, ruthless, and relentless. The man who split golf in two and called it progress. Number 10, Rory McIlroy. Rory's long seen himself as golf's moral compass. That compass spun wild in 2025. He was the loudest anti-LIV voice, calling defectors selfish and duplicitous. Then rumors surfaced of his own quiet talks with the league. At a heated 2025 Ryder Cup moment at Bethpage, where he flipped off hecklers and clashed with Joe LaCava, and the Golden Boy looked different. Public divorce filings in 2024 and rising frustration in pressers didn't help. Social media sentiment shows 25% of fans now call him insufferable, yet nobody denies his talent or fire. The company man turned Ryder Cup rebel, a leader who let emotion and pride collide under golf's brightest spotlight. Apart from his LIV flip-flops and Ryder Cup incidents, McIlroy drew heavy criticism for playing around with Donald Trump in 2017 while Trump was president, a move seen as politically tone-deaf and hypocritical given his public image as golf's moral leader. Fans and critics accused him of prioritizing access over principles, especially amid broader controversies around Trump's policies, turning him into a symbol of selective outrage in the sport. Number 11, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods carried golf on his shoulders for 2 decades, but even legends collect critics. His 2009 scandal destroyed the perfect image that Nike and the media built. Affairs, a public apology, rehab, the fall was cinematic. Years later, his DUI arrest in 2017 brought another wave of judgment. Fans wanted to forgive, but sponsors, tabloids, and purists didn't. Even after his comeback win at the 2019 Masters, whispers followed him. Some still saw arrogance. Some saw a man protecting a brand more than the sport. Woods changed the game forever, but he also reminded people that success in golf doesn't protect anyone from collapse. Woods' hatred isn't loud anymore. It's quiet fatigue from those who never forget. He's both the greatest and the most polarizing golfer alive. In addition to his scandals and DUI, Woods has been disliked for his on-course profanity and outbursts, including frequent swearing caught on camera, which clashed with golf's gentlemanly image and his marketed perfection. Critics saw this as arrogant and unsportsmanlike, especially given his influence on younger fans. Number 12, Lexi Thompson. Lexi Thompson entered golf young and gifted, but fame came with a price. The 2017 A&A inspiration penalty, where she was docked 4 strokes after a TV viewer spotted a ball placement mistake, one of golf's most painful controversies. The crowd's Lexi Strong chants couldn't fix the damage. Some saw her as victimized, others said rules apply to all. In later seasons, she spoke openly about burnout, body scrutiny, and pressure, but social media stayed cruel. Every missed putt became a meme. Even a 2023 return to form couldn't quiet critics claiming she'd received too much coverage. Thompson isn't hated for scandal, she's trapped in overexposure. In addition to her penalty and overexposure, Thompson's been criticized for slow play, with with eyewitness accounts from the 2025 U.S. Women's Open noting her group's pace caused tension in backups, frustrating pros like Charlie Hull who hate such delays. This reinforced views of her as disruptive on the course, contributing to perceptions of favoritism and inefficiency in the LPGA. Number 13, Colin Montgomerie. Colin Montgomerie owned the 1990s European Tour but never won a major. That gap became a running joke among fans and even rivals. His temper and sharp tongue made him famous and disliked in equal measure. He snapped at reporters, scowled at galleries, and once accused fans of targeting him unfairly. In later years, as a Champions Tour star, he mellowed slightly but still sparked friction. Comments about Tiger Woods' comeback and LIV defectors reignited debate. People respect his record but never warmed to him as a person. Beyond his temper and major drought, Montgomerie endured intense heckling from U.S. crowds, including being called Mrs. Doubtfire due to his appearance during events like the 1999 Ryder Cup, where fans shouted insults throughout. This transatlantic animosity stemmed from his perceived whininess and poor body language, turning him into a villain abroad despite European success. Number 14, Patrick Cantlay. Cantlay's name rarely leaves leaderboards, but his pace drives players and fans insane. Criticism hit hardest during the 2023 Masters and Ryder Cup, where opponents accused him of killing rhythm. Hatgate made things worse. Reports said he refused to wear the team cap due to pay disputes. Whether true or not, the crowd ran with it, waving hats in mockery as he walked. Cantlay didn't defend himself much. His interviews felt flat, his silence misread as arrogance. Golf audiences prefer personality, and he gives none. His problem isn't cheating or drama, it's detachment. In a sport that worships connection, Cantlay remains an island. In addition to his slow play and Hatgate, Cantlay has been blasted for failing to shout 4 on errant shots, including multiple instances at the 2024 Genesis Invitational, where balls nearly hit fans or volunteers without warning. Critics, including former pros, called for huge fines, viewing it as reckless and arrogant disregard for safety, which amplified his image as detached and uncaring. Number 15, Kevin Na. Kevin Na became infamous for his walk-in putts, a showy habit where he'd start walking before the ball dropped. Some fans found it fun, others saw arrogance. His reputation hit a wall in 2012 after his slow play meltdown at the Players' Championship, where even his playing partner grew restless. When he joined LIV Golf in 2022, critics labeled him opportunistic. His interviews defending the move focused on family and freedom, but fans saw another payday chase. The LIV crowd liked his confidence. Traditionalists saw a man who enjoyed irritating them. He's not hated for failure, he's hated for style. Every walk-in putt reminds viewers that confidence and cockiness are one thin line apart. Number 16, Taylor Gooch. Few players flip their image as fast as Taylor Gooch. Once a quiet PGA pro, he turned into one of LIV Golf's loudest voices. After winning multiple LIV events, he said their fields were harder than majors. That comment blew up. Players mocked him, analysts buried him, fans turned hostile online. Even after he apologized and tried to clarify, the damage stuck. LIV made him rich, but it also made him one of golf's most argued about names. He won the 2023 LIV season title, but the OWGR ranking shut him out of majors, fueling his rants against the golf system. Beyond his LIV comments, Gooch sparked outrage by suggesting an asterisk would taint Rory McIlroy's potential career Grand Slam if won without LIV players like him competing, especially at the Masters. This was seen as delusional arrogance, with pros and fans mocking him as a fucking idiot for overestimating his importance to the majors. Number 17, Michelle Wie. Michelle Wie was golf's teenage phenomenon, playing men's events before turning pro. But her early hype became her curse. Injuries, sponsorships, and constant media attention drowned her career before it fully started. Critics said she was marketing, not mastery. Every slump drew ridicule. Her 2014 U.S. Women's Open win looked like redemption, but inconsistency and physical issues returned. When she joined the LPGA leadership after retiring, the reaction was mixed. Fans questioned whether she'd earned that influence.